Hi there, welcome to the channel, and today we're talking about everything that we know about the upcoming LEGO Star Wars Smart Brick system that is said to be releasing in early next year. So this Smart Brick system will be included in around 8 sets that will be releasing in March of 2026, and all 8 of these sets are said to be retailer exclusives, which means that they will likely be exclusive to either Target or Amazon, as well as of course the LEGO Store and LEGO Shop Online website. So starting with the first set, the 75420, this is a 9+ set coming in at $40. Honestly, this is expensive because it apparently only has around 250 pieces, give or take. And to be truthful, I would like to see this be some sort of battle pack because a battle pack at $40 is cheaper than the $45 one we saw in August of 2025. And there would be a lot of potential for this to be a Wolfpack battle pack. Now, this might not be the best choice either because I would hate to see Wolfpack troopers with the new Smart Brick system. If LEGO is going to make these Smart Bricks on a lot of minifigures, they should definitely start them with the most iconic characters, which is what we'll talk about here in a minute. The next set is one that fans have known about for a while. This is the 75421 Darth Vader's TIE Advanced, coming in with a $70 US price tag and 473 pieces. Now, there is no leaked image of this set, but I imagine it will be really undersized, which under 500 pieces. And despite it having some Smart Brick functionality, I don't think this is going to be a great set just because it is so overpriced. And I don't think we were that overdue on a new Darth Vader's TIE Advanced. There is a TIE Bomber currently on shelves, and that is a very similar model. There is a rumor, though, for another $70 set to be releasing in March, which is the 75422. This is an 8+ set with apparently just 440 pieces, so both of these $70 sets do not have great price per piece. It's disappointing, and I'm sure that the Smart Bricks don't add a lot of value, or at least it won't help boost that piece count to better even out that price per piece value. However, there is also the 75423 Luke Skywalker's Red 5 X-Wing coming in with a $90 price tag and apparently just 584 pieces. There was a leaked image of this X-Wing and it looks absolutely tiny. It is a very small model as far as we can tell, and we don't know if there are any side builds or any sort of additions to the set, but going off of the leaked name, it is apparently just an X-Wing, and despite it apparently going to have some Smart Brick functionality, I don't think a lot of teen or adult fans of LEGO will be picking it up for that function just because it doesn't seem like it's for this audience, and it is definitely catered more towards the younger fans of LEGO. The final 4 March 2026 sets for the LEGO Star Wars lineup are the 75424, a $50 set with just 347 pieces, the 75425, an $80 set with 666 pieces, 75426, a $100 set with 885 pieces, and finally the 75427, a $160 set with 962 pieces. It is not very common that we see this big of a set over at least $100 in the first half of the year unless it's the May UCS set, and this is a 9+ set, so it was most likely going to be some sort of playset or some sort of large vehicle similar to what we saw with the MTT and the Clone Turbo Tank in August of 2025, so it'll probably be some sort of large vehicle either from the original trilogy or the prequel trilogy. And there are some options on what these sets will be because we have leaked information on a bunch of the Smart Brick minifigures that will have Smart Brick functionality and are rumored to be coming in these wave of sets. And this list comes from Get Cooped on Instagram, and he also has info about the minifigure, which says the torso is permanently connected to the hips. He says it is heavier than normal. It has wireless recharging, which is interesting because it makes me wonder if all of these sets will have to include a charger for the minifigures, because if it also is just one charger, how long is this battery going to last? You know, do kids play with it for 5 minutes and then they have to place all of their minifigures on charge? Is there a switch to turn the minifigure on and off? Or is there going to be multiple chargers included? Will LEGO sell these chargers separately apart from the sets? Because that would be something that honestly would be a way for them to make money, especially if the chargers for these minifigures break. And I'm not too sure what wireless means, because that means obviously the minifigure doesn't have to be plugged in, but it still has to be attached to the batteries in some sort. You can't exactly charge things over Bluetooth as far as I'm aware. So this minifigure definitely does open up a lot of safety questions, as well as, you know, if kids play with these in a bathtub or play with them in a sink, as I know a couple of my younger cousins do that, what if a kid plays with these minifigures that have batteries in them in a sink or a bathtub or any sort of area with water? This could potentially be dangerous. I'm sure LEGO has tried to do and take some steps to prevent this, but it could honestly end up pretty bad, especially if a kid is playing with a lot of these minifigures near a source of water. But that is a topic for another video, and I sure hope that nothing happens, but it is something to look out for. Now, getting into the list of rumored minifigures with the smart brick system, we have Farm Boy Luke, pretty much based off the Tatooine scenes from A New Hope. This one was a very obvious choice, and we actually saw a leaked image of what this minifigure will look like. He looks interesting. He has some logo on the back to pretty much show where the minifigure can be played with and attached, and you can touch other smart brick parts with the back of that minifigure. We're also going to have Dagobah training Luke, so a character that we haven't seen since 2022 or 2023 with the Dagobah Jedi training diorama, and this obviously opens the door for a new playset version of Yoda's Dagobah trading. And the same goes for Pilot Luke. This one is most likely going to be included inside of the Red 5 X-Wing we talked about just a few minutes ago. That's going to be a $90 set. Han Solo and Palpatine are two other characters that are going to be getting this smart brick feature, and Han Solo is one that I think is obvious. Palpatine, not so much. However, I think that this one could end up appearing in the rumored Emperor's Throne Room playset that is said to be releasing next year. I haven't seen a lot of people talk about that one, but I could totally see this one fitting in any of the rumored set prices or the set numbers that don't have a set yet for March. That is definitely a big possibility, and the same goes for Chewbacca and Darth Vader. I think Darth Vader could fit right into the Emperor's Throne Room set, and that would also probably mean that Endor Luke, basically the final battle Luke, could also get a smart brick minifigure, because this list says that there will be more in 2026, but this is all we currently know about. There's also Yoda, who would fit right into the Dagobah Jedi training set, and finally Greedo. So with these rumored minifigures, I could possibly see a Millennium Falcon set as the $160 set. That is just a prediction. That is no by any means a rumor. Or we could see Han Solo, Greedo, and Chewbacca, as well as maybe a stormtrooper or two included as part of the smaller version of a Mos Eisley Cantina. We haven't seen a small playset version of that set in quite a few years. I think 2018 or 2017 was the last time that LEGO made a small playset version of Mos Eisley, so it would be fun to see an updated version, and I will definitely be on the lookout to see how well these sets will be selling once they do release in March. Of course, take everything in this video with a grain of salt. Nothing is confirmed until LEGO officially reveals it on their website. Anything else could be a fake leak or just a rumor, but these do come from very reliable sources, and we've already seen minifigure leaks, so there's a lot to look forward to in 2026 with LEGO Star Wars. If you are a fan of the smaller gimmicks, if you're a fan of the big 18 plus collector sets, we are apparently getting an Executor Super Star Destroyer as the big set in October or fall of 2026, and then for the May UCS set, it should be a Mandalorian N1 Starfighter. So both of those options, there are going to be large 18 plus display sets if you are an adult collector, or if you're in for the younger stuff, there's definitely more to look forward to, especially in January where we saw a lot of leaked images. However, that's enough talking for this video. If you enjoyed, please let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Make sure to have a fantastic rest of your day, and goodbye.